Good morning, and let me just show you. Oh, hang on. No, she's... hang on. Stop it. Good morning, and I'm just going to show you. I've got a little co-presenter with me. There she is. It's Molly, my cat. And from time to time, you might just hear her meowing in the back. If you've ever phoned me up, there's a towel sticking in the way. Oh, I'll just get her off the desk. Go on then, you sit down there. She often chats away whilst I'm on the phone, and that's Molly. And just in case you hear her during the making of this video, I just thought I'd introduce you so you could see what she looked like. Anyway, welcome along. It's Saturday morning, and I'm just going to record you a quick video so that we can talk about what's coming up next week on the conferences, the Talking Riches conferences. So last week, just recap on what we did last week, we had the BizOp, just showing you around the FM business for new people. And again, just to remind some of us that have been around for a long time, what FM's about, because you just pick new things up each time you see the slides. Plus we run, and we'll be running this again next week as well, the regular conference of Getting Started. Absolutely fantastic. If you've got new people coming along, fantastic place for them to start. Bearing in mind that when you sign somebody up, unless you've sold them the sample kit straight away, and some people do have them in stock, but if you haven't, then it's a great place to give them something to do whilst they're waiting for their sample kit. It talks them through the business, so we'll talk about that in a moment as well. And last week we covered using eBay to promote FM, and thank you so much for your feedback on that. A lot of people are enjoying the freebies that they got from that. If you missed it, well, I'm sorry, it was advertised, but I will come back round to doing the eBay conference. We'll be back on again in the next month or two. I'll redo that. However, if you do need to see it, let me know. If there's enough people, I'll slot it in and get it going again for you. But I know some people are getting the tools that I provided and are starting to use it. Okay, so what's coming up this week? What's the additional training? Well, firstly, if you are wanting to get into our conference room, what do you need to do? Well, let's have a look. Here we are on the thread for this week's conference. It's called Online Conferences, week commencing 30th of April. All the links are in this thread that you need to get to. So how do you get there? Well, let's say you come onto the forum for the first time. Here's the home page. Now, there's two ways to get to it. If you scroll down, there are various sections, and in this section there's the Talking Riches conference room, and it'll be in there. But the fastest way to find out what's going on in the conference room is just to click on View Active Topics, and it'll be in there. So here we are. This week, as I say, we've got the Biz Operation coming up, the Biz, just to understand Biz Opportunities training. That's on during the week, and I'll show you how to find out when it is in a second, and the Getting Started. Now, this week's topic is the money is in the list. Now, I need to fix that link there. If it doesn't work, and I will get this fixed, so don't worry, it will get fixed, but if it doesn't work, if you just do Control-C, okay, and for the whole of the link, then just pop it in there, and that'll take you through to the registration page, and there it is. Just take a few seconds to load. You've got to bear in mind that when I'm recording these videos, we are using up a lot of resource of the computer, so it does just take a time to get through. Here we go. The money is in the list. Frogs. Using the Frogs system to build your list. Okay. And you just come down and you select the date that you want. As you can see, it's on the 1st and the 3rd, so May Day. You put your details in there, and then you'll be sent a unique registration code. So what are we going to be covering in Frogs? Well, thanks. So I was just looking to see if I had still the paperwork available. Frogs, I'll explain that, but it's about list building, and to be honest, if you've been around network marketing or any business, the money is in your list. It's the list that's important, and I'm going to talk to you about building a list. It is a workshop as well, so if you're coming along to join us, make sure you bring along with you some paper, a good book. I think I recommend a book. I haven't got slides in front of me, but having a book would be very, very good with you. So we'll take you through The Money is in the List. So they're on Tuesday and Thursday. You'll be able to pick a time that suits you. So let me just remind you how you can keep up to date with what's going on in the conference room. Here's a link here, and I've created it's almost sort of the plan was to create like a TV guide for you, so you could see when each of the conferences are on, and then you can go there, send your prospects or your team to our conferences. So I've already opened up the calendar, so if you clicked on there, it'll take you to here. And as I say, it's a bit like a TV guide. You can see when the conference is that you want. So let's say you want to go to The Money is in the List. You just click on it, and then you can just pick up the link. I've made them into small ones. It's actually quite a long link. And I like Control-C if you're using a computer, or right-click. Then you can click on Copy, and then you just take it into the tab, or you can put it straight in here, and that'll take you through to the page. So let me just show you how you get to the links. Let's say you want to send the link to somebody, you just signed somebody up, well done if you have, and you want to send them along to the Getting Started one. So you just click on Getting Started, you highlight the web address, Control-C or right-click and copy. If you can hear, that's Molly in the background. Use Control-C and paste that into your browser address bar up here. And that's it. Great. Come and join me next week. Just before I say goodbye to you, today, if you're there, there's a meeting in Milton Keynes. It's called the event Next Step Moving Up. In fact, I may have got the name wrong there. Important info. No, that's mine. And I will actually just go through that post in a moment. But there is a conference on today in Milton Keynes, which is there it is, Leadership Day in Milton Keynes. If you went there today, I'd love to hear how you got on, to see how the subject was. To be honest, our conferences like this are fantastic. They're really good because you get to hear from speakers up on the stage, but not only that, you'll be meeting other people in the business that'll be at different levels, and you'll be surprised the amount of motivation that you can get from these meetings. So why do I promote the online conferences as well? Well, offline conferences are fantastic, but not all of us can get to them, or we can't get to them all of the time. And then there are times that don't suit us, and you have to drive to a hotel or a meeting room, and it can take a lot of time. Whereas our online meetings, you can be dressed how you want. You're sitting in the comfort of your own home at a time that almost suits you, now that we've extended the broadcast presentations that I'm doing. So the online, I would recommend mixing the online with the offline. So what's been going on the forum, talkingrichesforum.com. Do come and join us on the forum and have a chat with us, because fantastic, the membership. In fact, we're getting a few members join the forum all the time, so do come and join us, because I'm sure there'll be a lot that you could share with us and a lot that you can learn. So let's just have a look at some of the subjects that we've covered this week. It's been busy-ish on the forum. It hasn't been an action-packed week, but we've certainly been discussing a few good topics. So this is obviously the place to find out about forthcoming conferences. You can see that some members have been congratulated. They've just joined the business, Katie and Steve. They reached 3%, and they and this month they have reached 6%. Brilliant! They actually got to 6%. So fantastic to them. As you can see, then the rest of the forum, some members of the forum have been on to congratulate them as well. Very good motivation. You can put your membership there. Leadership Day. Now this was good. This was last Saturday. David Beavis and a number of other people were there. talking about FM, doing some stunning training there. I'm very sorry I didn't make it along last week. I understand Irene Oliver was there. A number of my team were actually in the audience and have given me some great feedback. In fact, Nikki, not actually in my team, provided some fantastic feedback here, as you can see. Just like to say, if you didn't come along to this event, you missed a great day. So there you go. David's provided us with a number of feedback statements as well, and you'll be able to read more about that. Nicky has been doing very well. He's not in my team, but he's hoping to reach 21%. He's been doing very well, and I guess he can attribute some of that success to getting to the meeting. So, yeah, come and join us in the conference room for that. The other thing that we were discussing in the conference room last Monday afternoon, I had a lot of people wanted to come and join me in the conference room and wanted to come directly into the room. Now, what I've had to do is change the way the conference room works. Last year, I was using a system that didn't require registration. All you needed to do is click on the link, get in, type your name in just so we could see you in the room. But it didn't require pre-registration into the room. Now, as you know, I'm providing a lot of conferences. And what I'm asking you to do now, so I've had to change the software, the actual conference room software. That's why you've probably noticed it looks slightly different when you arrive in there. I've had to change the way the room works. What I wanted to do is ensure that every single person needed to pre-register before arriving in the room. As you can see, there's a lot of conferences there. And I'll be honest, not every single one of the Monday afternoon ones that I presented were attended, or certainly attended well. Tended to be bank holiday afternoons, but I would sit in all day. Bank holiday, I'd got a bit of time off my day job, and usually I would have gone out and done some other bits and pieces or been working around the house. But when you've got a conference to present, you've got to be somewhere at a time, you kind of have to just keep an eye on the watch and that. And I'll be honest, it was a little bit frustrating getting into the room. Yes, Molly. So you might just hello down there, Molly. And I would get into the room, sit there, 4:10, nobody was in the room with me, and I felt I'd wasted my day. And that was really, really frustrating. Now, that's not anybody's fault. That was my fault for not knowing whether people were going to turn up in advance. So I didn't want to feel we're going to be wasting our time presenting these conferences if nobody's going to turn up. You know, I don't expect every single one, and I'll be honest, although there are a lot in there, a lot of them don't get attended. But the idea is, because people were asking for me to add new conferences into the room. Excuse me 1 second. Come and sit up here then. That's it. Oh, that's it. Right. Sorry. I did say to you she would be chatting away to us. So I wanted to give the audience what they wanted. You wanted more. You wanted them a time that would suit you, would suit your team members, rather than me dictating when they are. So I've put up the proposed times, and then they only go ahead if people pre-register for them. So the downside to that is, the upside is I know when people are going to turn up. The downside is you can't get access on the fly, so to speak. You need to pre-register. You can't just come and join us midway through. It's just the way the system works. I looked at various systems that we could use, and this was the best. It's the most flexible, but it doesn't allow you to go, doesn't Gary do a conference now? It's on, isn't it? Let's get there quick, log in. You're going to need to pre-register. Now, I haven't tested it how late. You might well be able to do it a minute before it starts, but once it starts, it's locked and you can't come in and join us. Unfortunately, you'll have to book in for one at another time. Now, if you've joined us in this conference, I'm sorry if I'm making this really long, but I just thought I'd cover this for you because I just wanted to make sure that people understood and you knew how to use the room effectively. So, if you've used other conference rooms, you might be aware, in fact I was watching a conference earlier for some training of something else, and the pictures and the sound were all over the place. It was a bit like I was watching one of those poorly dubbed movies where the voice and the slides just didn't keep up with each other. And that's just due to the way that the conference rooms work. With the way that this one deals with the sound and the pictures, it funnels them in a different way, and it means they arrive at the same time. I think that's due to the fact that people have registered, so the software kind of knows what it's going to be dealing with pre-time. It knows how many people it's going to channel I'm talking rubbish now because, to be honest, I don't know, but I've found that this software that I'm using is a lot better. And I think it's because people sort of log in, log out of the other ones also perhaps affect the change of it. So where it's got its downside, it's got its upside. So just to be clear, long answer, and I did put a long answer in there, that you can't just jump in on the fly. You need to have pre-registered. So if you go to the calendar, ta-da! Right, if you go to the calendar here, choose when you want to come in, even if it's about 5 minutes before. Give it a go, register up, and then come and join us in the conference room. If not, pick another time. Don't worry about registering ahead of time. You know, if you want to join one of us at the end of the week, I think the option will be there for you. Do that. I'll send you an email straight away. I'll be honest, it's automated. I'm not sitting here going and typing out hundreds of emails to people. It is an automated system. This is the whole beauty of what we're using. When I say automated, it sends out the emails with your personal link. Each member that signs up gets a personal link to the room, so when you log in, it just registers you've been there. So pre-register, you'll get an email. It comes out about 15 minutes before, so you'll get all the links once again, and it's easy for you to log in. So there you go. There's our conference room. It's there for you to use. Hope you enjoy it. I look forward to joining you in the room next week. And if you've got any ideas of subjects you'd like to cover, or if you've got any presentations yourself, if you've got my direct contact details, then let me know. Join us in the forum and let us know in there as well. Certainly got some great subjects coming up over the next few weeks. Remember, this week's one is frogging. The money is in the list. So until next week, from me, I look forward to seeing you soon. Bye-bye.